Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, how's your online learning so far? I hope you don't face some serious problems so you can learn well in this semester although you learn from home. Again and again, I remind you to reach me if you have any questions related to our subject, educational psychology. Well everybody, in the previous learning video, we have discussed about individual variation and achievement. How was it? What is your result, class? Do you agree with the results? Does the result reflect yourself well? From the result, I hope you can adjust your own learning styles in order to graduate from this college very soon. In this video learning, now we are going to discuss about the diversity in the classroom. Everyone differs from one to another. This should be kept in your mind as teachers, so we will not overgeneralize your students later. Keep in mind that your students are different from one to another. You cannot treat student A with this but not with students B. Okay? Now we are going to discuss it a little bit further about it. Culture and ethnicity. Culture refers to the behavior patterns, beliefs, and all other products of a particular group of people that are passed on from generation to generation. It is important to know from what culture or ethnicity your students are. It will help you to choose certain topics you will bring to your classroom later on. However, as teachers, you need to be careful not to have certain stereotype to certain culture or ethnicity. Socio-economic status refers to the grouping of people with similar occupational, educational, and economic characteristics. Socio-economic status implies certain inequalities. These differences in the ability to control resources and to participate in societies rewards produce unequal opportunities. However, it is still important to know from what socio-economic status your students are, so you can choose what kind of topics will be related to them. Bilingualism. Throughout the world, many children speak more than one language. Knowing whether your students are bilinguals or not help you to set the level of difficulties in your teaching and learning process later. Multicultural education refers to the education that values diversity and includes the perspective of a variety of cultural groups on a regular basis. Multicultural education expert James Bank described what should characterize as a multicultural school. The school staff attitude, beliefs, and action. The school staff have high expectation for all students and are passionate about helping them learn. The curriculum, the course of study has been reformed so the students perceive events, concepts, and issues from the diverse view of different ethnic and socioeconomic groups. Instructional materials. Textbook and learning materials represent the backgrounds and experiences of diverse ethnic and cultural views and are free from biases. The school culture and the hidden curriculum. The school's culture reflects positive aspects of diversity and is supported by the hidden curriculum. What is hidden curriculum? The curriculum that is not explicitly taught but is present and learned by students. The counseling program. The school's counselors challenge students from diverse backgrounds to dream and provide them with strategies to reach those dreams. Empowering students. The term empowerment refers to providing people with the intellectual and coping skill to succeed and make this a more just world. In this view, schools should give students the opportunity to learn about the experiences, struggles, and visions of many different ethnic and cultural groups. The hope is that this will raise minority students' self-esteem, reduce prejudice, and provide more equity in educational opportunities. You are all aware how important this is today, right? Everywhere, every day, we see news about bullying and other crimes in school, the place that should be neutral. If everyone has this point of view, bullying will not happen, will it? Culturally relevant teaching. Multicultural education experts stress that effective teachers are aware of and integrate culturally relevant teaching into the curriculum because it makes teaching more effective. Issue-centered education. Issue-centered education also is an important aspect of multicultural education. In this approach, students are taught to systematically examine issues that involve equality and social justice. They not only clarify their values, but also examine alternatives and consequences if they take a particular stance on an issue. This topic is worth trying in a classroom later on to see how far their perspective about equity and social justice, starting from their closest environment, which is school. Improving relationships among children from different ethnic groups. A number of strategies and programs are available to improve relationships among children from different ethnic groups. For example, Jigsaw Classroom, positive personal contact with others from different cultural backgrounds, perspective taking, technology, connections with students around the world, reducing bias, increasing tolerance, and the school and community as a team. We move to the next topic, which is gender. Gender refers to the characteristics of people as males and females. Gender stereotyping, similarities and differences. Gender stereotypes are broad categories that reflect impressions and beliefs about what behavior is appropriate for females and males. Labeling a male feminine or a female masculine can diminish her or his social status and acceptance in group. There are so many aspects that you can analyze to see how male and female students are the same or different from one to another, such as brain, physical performance, intelligence, math and science skills, verbal skills, and so on. Eliminating gender bias. What can teachers do to reduce or eliminate gender bias in their classrooms? Teacher-student interaction. Gender bias is truly present in your classroom. For example, teachers interact more with boys than with girls at all levels of schooling. Increasing awareness of gender bias in schools is clearly an important strategy in reducing such bias. Curriculum content and athletic content. Schools now offer girls far more opportunities to take vocational educational courses and participate in athletic than was the case when their parents and grandparents went to school. Sexual harassment. Girls can encounter sexual harassment in many different forms. Literally, millions of girls experience such sexual harassment each year in educational settings. Such problems exist in your schools, everyone. Therefore, as teachers, we need to try our best to eliminate these biases. Try to adjust to all your students later on. Well, this topic is interesting, isn't it? All those topics we have discussed so far in this subject are popular topics of research. So if you think you are interested in this topic, you can try to write about one of them for your academic writing later on. It can be your thesis or journal. That's all for this learning video today. The assignment for this week meeting will be there on Spada. On the next learning video, we will discuss about learners with exceptionalities. You can prepare yourself by reading the material in advance. If you have other resources talking about the same topic, you can read them as well in order to enrich your knowledge. Okay, thank you so much. See you on the next learning video. Bye.